We were coming off probably the worst period in our art form in a century.
Tulsa Ballet is rehearsing for its new season with some changes, of course, because we're still in a pandemic. We thank you for staying with us here tonight. I'm Brian Dorman.
And I'm Lori Fulbright. The artistic director says things are looking better compared to this time last year, of course, but there's still a lot of uncertainty. News on 6's Ashland Brothers explains.
Tulsa Ballet says the current season is keeping the company on its toes.
Ballet is our passion.
For us, it feeds our souls. Like, this is what we love to do. Without being on stage, you're taking a part of me.
Getting to perform during the pandemic at all was music to these dancers' ears.
Stage is a miracle place to be.
So being back in the theaters, hearing the claps of the audience, it's like you're coming back to life.
The Tulsa Ballet reached double its ticket sales goal for its 2021-2022 season opener 3 weeks ago. But artistic director Marcello Angelini says the budget is also more than 10% lower than in years past. He also says subscriptions are about a quarter lower than the pre-pandemic numbers.
We are trying to understand if this is the new normal or is just one of the phases that we're going through.
Angelini says luckily they've received every government grant available to them. To help limit COVID exposure, the company is offering socially distanced performances on Thursday nights. Angelini expects other performances to reach upwards of 60% capacity. Tulsa Ballet also says it's the first American ballet company to be fully vaccinated.
It's quite wonderful because at least we started again. We're all working together in the same studio. We are working maskless.
In 2020, dancers were either stuck rehearsing from home or spread out between 4 studios masked and couldn't see each other outside of the building.
We had to do shorter pieces because it was hard to breathe. It was hard to connect with your partners.
The dancers say they're leaps and bounds above where they were this time last year.
It made us stronger.
Tulsa Ballet's next performance is October 28th, and masks are required. In Tulsa, Ashland Brothers, Oklahoma's own News on 6.
State Superintendent Joy Hoffmeister is calling on school districts to study their state academic testing data to use it to make decisions on how to best spend their COVID relief money to help their students. The State Board of Education says overall performance results are down when you compare 2019 to 2021 in English language arts, science, and math. State education leaders say because fewer students took the test this year, understanding the data is pretty complex. Oklahoma, of course, did not do testing last year because of the pandemic.
These are consequences of the pandemic, yet we must be impatient for our students to have what they need. And my charge to the districts are to examine the data and decipher meaning so that you can invest those relief dollars in a way that impacts children and families immediately.
The state says data on participation, enrollment, and performance for this year's test will be available online next week.
From the Bob Mills Weather Center, Oklahoma weather expert, Stacia Knight.
Tonight, a few spotty showers continue for some of us, mostly folks that are east of Highway 75, and I think that could continue into the early morning hours. It's not going to be too much and it's not going to be too heavy, but it is something that may linger. So 10% chance on for tomorrow morning at the bus stop. In the afternoon, 30% for some thunderstorms. Those I think are more likely east and southeast of Tulsa in the afternoon. And then for a lot of us, our storm chances will increase late Friday night into Saturday morning with more widespread showers and storms. Some of the storms tomorrow could be on the heavy side, a few even strong to potentially severe. There's always that risk that 1 or 2 could pull severe, like what happened earlier today. Temperatures for tomorrow starting off in the mid 60s in the morning, up to 79 at pickup time. Our pet picture for today is Milo, and how cute is this doggy here? Thank you so much, Clara, for sending in sweet Milo's photo. Adorable. I love it. Keep sending in those pet photos. We share them every day. Coming up, we're going to talk more about your weekend, the forecast for those weekend plans.
A partial federal government shutdown has been avoided after the House and Senate voted to keep the government funded through December.
But another budget crisis looms tonight next month as Democrats and Republicans remain at odds over raising the debt ceiling. Deborah Alfarone reports from the White House.
President Biden signed a bill to keep the government funded through December 3rd after the short-term measure cleared both chambers.
The motion is adopted.
The continuing resolution spares thousands of federal workers from being furloughed and also provides funding for Afghan refugees and disaster relief.
Hurricane Ida, its victims, other disasters eagerly await this bill.
The measure passed only after lawmakers took out a provision to raise the debt ceiling. Republicans say that if the Democrats want to increase the government's borrowing cap, they can do it on their own.
We're able to fund the government today because the majority accepted reality. The same thing will need to happen on the debt limit.
We're not going to let Republicans off the hook. We don't think they should be. This is not a game.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen urged Congress to act before the October 18th deadline to avoid what she termed a potential catastrophe for the economy.
Our country would likely face a financial crisis and economic recession as a result.
The White House says it is working with Senate Democrats on a plan forward. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
The Treasury Department says the debt limit has been raised or suspended 78 times since 1960, almost always on a bipartisan basis.
Get ready to wait longer and pay more for mail. Starting tomorrow, the U.S. Postal Service will put in place new service standards, which will increase delivery times by 1 to 2 days for first-class mail. Postal Service says it's also hiking the price of commercial and retail package shipments for the Christmas season.
Tulsa Public Schools in St. Francis are giving COVID-19 vaccines to students and their families. We'll tell you where and 6 things you need to know.
And OSU's quarterback Spencer Sanders named the Manning Award Quarterback of the Week. How Coach is reacting to that news.
Plus, we'll tell you about a cool donation of therapy trikes to a Claremore Veterans Center.
So what came first, the grilled cheese or the burger?
So you know the burger had to come first. You go back hundreds of years. I don't know, cheese has been around hundreds of years too.
Okay,
Sonic grilled cheeseburger.
So
wow, this is a good debate.
Hello, Oklahoma. I'm Mark Allen Auto Group. It's my wife, Zoya.
Hi.
You know, the pre-owned market is still very strong.
Yes, so if you haven't considered upgrading, now is a great time to do so.
Even if your car, truck, or SUV is a little bit older, but it's in good condition, you might be surprised what it's worth.
Mark talks about this a lot. It is a great time to sell or trade because everyone is looking for inventory.
And if someone else has already appraised your vehicle, bring it in for a second opinion. No two bids are alike.
So why not give us a try?
Let's do business.
Have no fear. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be.
There's a lot to worry about in life. Cox gives us one less thing to worry about online with advanced Wi-Fi security for everyone in your home.
Southern Agriculture is dedicated to the well-being of your pets, from low-cost vaccination clinics to the largest selection of food and pet supplies. Southern Agriculture has all things for all animals.
Southern Agriculture with 7 convenient locations near you.
You'll look at it every day, so it has to be perfect. At Renaissance Hardwood Floors, we've been creating Oklahoma floors for over 35 years. Visit us online today and remember the name, Renaissance Hardwood Floors.
You love to cook, but it's hardly a snap. Well, what if everything you need for a delicious meal was just left at your door? With oven-ready meals from Home Chef, you throw it all in the oven-safe tin and count down to delicious. Don't need that, or whatever that is. Make, plate, garnish, and enjoy. No prep, no mess, just amazing recipes, fresh ingredients, and hot out of the oven happiness. Delicious, meat simple. Get $80 off your first month at homechef.com.
Over 100,000 people in the United States have sickle cell disease. Most are of African descent. Lots of these patients need blood to help manage the disease. Donors who are Black play a critical role in helping because they are more likely to have the most compatible blood. During Sickle Cell Awareness Month in September, make a difference for the sickle cell patients by giving blood.
For more information, go to redcrossblood.org.
I definitely think mocha is an adult flavor.
Listen, the kids have their drink with candy.
Yeah.
I get my own drink.
This is our candy.
You know...
espresso candy.
Sonic Mocha Crunch Blast. Espresso.
You say espresso?
Yes, I do.
The Veterans Center in Claremore just got a donation that's going to help its residents exercise and get around easier.
Owasso Ambucks donated 4 adult tricycles to the Center to veterans to where they can work toward their therapy goals while having a bit of fun doing it. The trikes come in a couple of different styles, one powered by feet, the other by hand. Navy veteran Sam Burns says that they'll get some good use out of them.
Oh, I rode this one around the pond, and it's good exercise. It takes a minute to get used to it, get accustomed to it, but yeah, I like them.
Oh, Sam has our heart tonight, doesn't he? And we thank him for his service to the country. Ambucks has donated more than 25 of these trikes to the 7 veteran centers across the state of Oklahoma.